Welcome to Twisted Monday. This is the final campaign of Twisted Metal 2012, the most recent Twisted Metal game as of this recording. So, we're in for a real doozy. Let's, most importantly, check out our golden mega truck and kill the music. Gotta get rid of that licensed soundtrack. And before I bring in my replacement soundtrack, let's just take a look at what we're in for. We're heading into story mode. There we go. That's not Dollface. This is Dollface, so I've had to beat the game. For safety's sake. I don't know how long this video is going to take. You do if you're watching it on YouTube afterwards. I assume it's going to be a very, very long video. But if we add up the time that it took to complete every single level here in this campaign that we're going to see today, about 33 minutes of gameplay are featured in this video. So, that should be a very small percentage of the overall video. This is going to be extremely painful. I'm very sorry to do this to you, but I'm also doing it to myself. So, let's begin with Dollface's intro movie. If you don't know it, brace yourself.
Bring it.
This is not Dollface either.
Mr. Grimm. I'm sure your dad would be proud.
God damn it, this fucking song. I'm gonna talk over it so that I hopefully don't get content ID'd on Twitch. So far, so good. Shut up, Patty Smith or Patty LaBelle or whoever you are. This is gonna be reprised later in another cutscene I just remembered, so that's great. And there it goes. The madness of Dollface begins.
My name is Krista Sparks. Maybe you've heard of me. I'm going to be the world's most famous supermodel. Oh, no. That's not me. That's me. And nothing will stand in my way. I'm the prettiest one. They all know that. But the competition, they never let up.
Good, Maya. Great. Client's gonna love this.
They all try to stop me. They all want to be me. Excuse me, Maya? But that's okay. It just makes me want to work harder.
Good, Krista. Great. Client's gonna love this.
Hard work and talent. That's why I'm going to make it all the way to the top. Six months, 11 operations. But something was wrong. Those other models, they'd gotten to him. They had the doctor do something to my face.
Miss Sparks, it's a tiny scar.
No, he was working with them.
Perhaps you need a different sort of doctor. A therapist, perhaps. I'm afraid there's nothing more I can do for you.
He wanted to keep me from my dream. After that, he wouldn't work on me anymore. But that's okay. I found a different way. But now the mask, it won't come off. But when I win this contest, Calypso will help me. Calypso will set me free. And then I'll work twice as hard. Then I'll show them all. Because when you believe in your dream, there's always a way to the top.
Dollface's cutscenes are probably the most self-indulgent of the entire game. And the ending cutscene that I'm currently highlighting right now is about half an hour long. So look forward to that. That is a large proportion of this video. Roughly equivalent to all of the gameplay combined. And as chat just said, Dollface is basically every female character in the game. Well observed, the Hampton boy. She is Dollface, obviously, from Twisted Metal Black. And also Krista Sparks, just like Grasshopper in Twisted Metal 2. Kill someone with a hammer, just like Bloody Mary in Twisted Metal Black again. It's the worst. She even is on a sexy billboard like Angel Lynn from Twisted Metal 1, covering all our bases. Let the gameplay not yet begin because we have incredibly long loading screens and a little intro from Calypso. A design choice taken from Twisted Metal 3. A welcome
to
thing that they adopted.
I've put in some new features since the last contestants fought here. It just seems like I'm never done with the place. I've added a sky bridge for shortcuts, but watch out for the drops. And I wanted lava pits since the start. I was always just too busy to get it done. But we finally added those as well. One at each end of the arena. There are also some great weapons in the center room. But now that we've got the spikes working, you should really be careful in here. The garage is still here. As are the fools who keep showing up to watch from the sidelines. Now, if you need extra help, keep an eye out for the orb. Stay in its beam to reach full health recovery. If you survive, I'd really love to hear what you think of the changes. I'm so close to it, I don't know if it's even good anymore. Best of luck, Miss Sparks. Hope to see you soon.
I know that feeling he closes with all too well. So close to it, you don't know if it's good anymore. But yeah, Dollface can't be, what's her name? Jamie Roberts, the driver of Outlaw 2, because Jamie Roberts is also just like Carl Roberts, but female. So, she gets a pass. She does not get to be incorporated into this game. And all they really added for all that pomp and circumstance for that really, really overwrought Calypso intro is a lava pit that we won't go into or go anywhere near, probably, and an orb that randomly wanders around some upper level area that I also don't care about. Won't be worrying about in the least. So really, this is just the same thing. as the Sweet Tooth campaign. But I believe, yeah, it's endurance match or something. We need to score a certain number of kills. Oh, there's the lava pit. Guess we'll go around it to get the pickups around the outside.
Spectator kill. Bonus weapon awarded.
You know, I missed why I just got a bonus weapon. That fucking meat wagon just stole my everything. All the enemies are stealing my things. How annoying. If they can't beat me, just prevent me from playing the game, I guess. I can't ram them with turbo. And they're slowly whittling away my health.
Shadow destroyed.
Probably go and get a replacement. Yeah. Narrator agrees. I do like the announcer for the arena, who can't make out what's going on down here, because it is utter nonsense. I'm playing the game and I can barely tell. And barely is generous. Just ram our way through a handful more enemies. We got so many enemies really just beat to hell at this point. We gotta play cleanup. And that's about it. Nothing interesting. It is taking longer than I expected. I will give the enemies that. Can't seem to get a good shot going. But I did drive them through my minefield. And Junkyard Dog should die in the electricity pit. That should just about be rid of Kamikaze. There's our minefield. Still active and deadly. Uh-oh, lava. Lepso would be all too happy to watch me die in there. But he won't, because I just won. There we go. Longer than it should have been. And from here on out, X causes us to replay a level after we complete it. No thank you. When you normally beat these levels the first time, X just advances you back to the main menu. But once you've beaten them once before, you need to switch up your muscle memory. Now, the worst level in the entire game. Mean Juggernauts Deathmatch. Let's rip off this band-aid. With Juggernaut, of course. We could also bring Talon here. Talon is the only other viable option. It is not viable, for reasons we'll be seeing. Might as well bring a vehicle made completely out of gold. What better way to withstand the assault we're about to be subjected to?
Welcome to Ghost Town Gulch, a long-forgotten town where, today, the living have come to die. To win the event, you must destroy all of your opponents. But it won't be easy. Meet Juggernaut 2.0. He's faster and stronger than ever before. And fighting two of these beasts at the same time? Well, it may very well make this event unbeatable. I'm sure you'll let me know if that's the case, yes? Good luck, Miss Sparks. I wish you the very best.
We are probably going to see a lot of graphical glitches throughout this run. Just pointed that out because, yeah, our vehicle spawning basically on top of the other Juggernaut caused the mines inside the vehicle to visibly appear on top of the vehicle. That is one of the less distracting visual glitches I've seen occur in this level. This level is excessively ambitious, and the controls of the game do not work well enough to play it properly. And I'm probably gonna die here. Yeah, because Juggernaut won't fucking die, so we're going through this again. And probably again and again and again. This is a rough one. This is exponentially harder than every other level in the game. It's ridiculous. No garage, so you only have one vehicle to deal with everything. Only 2 health pickups in the entire level. And 2 upgraded Juggernauts in a very, very small area.
Welcome to Ghost.
We did get very lucky with the enemy draw here. So if I can find and kill the Juggernauts, we will actually be in very good shape. Because Reaper is no problem at all. Reaper just instantly dies, accidentally. You don't have to do anything. That's just a free kill. Crimson Fury also showed up. Crimson Fury can be and probably will be a free kill as well. We still need to worry about the Juggernauts, of course. Sweet Tooth is very bad news. We don't want to see Sweet Tooth. And the Juggernauts are too close together, so that's a big problem. There are a lot of times where, even playing as Juggernaut myself, I will spawn in and then instantly die. Oh, by the way, these are upgraded Juggernauts in the sense that they spawn enemies faster. Statistically, they are identical in every single way to the Juggernauts we have fought in previous campaigns. But they do spawn enemies very, very, very fast. And our free kill from Reaper has been completely undone at this point. So yeah. Bad luck. Yeah, in the preview, the trailer of Juggernaut, when you turn it gold, the trailer is also gold, but when you play the game, the trailer is not gold, only the cab. Which is unfortunate. Load screens are going to be a very large percentage of this video.
Welcome to
I legitimately don't know why people are watching this, but I assume they are, because these 2012 revisit videos have been abnormally successful, despite their catastrophic nature. Juggernaut's in a bad spot. And I believe the other Juggernaut is ahead of it, so we're gonna have to fight both of them at the same time, which is a recipe for death. Our death, unfortunately. Yep, there they both are. Having a party. Let's stick with this one. See, it's not taking any damage for some reason. Or not enough damage. It is taking damage, I just noticed. Okay. If I can get the remaining health refills, we'll be fine. Big if, because there's a Juggernaut in the way. There's one less Death Lord, though. We're almost certainly going to lose this one. Death was indeed imminent. It's still imminent. Kamikazes here. We really, really got to get rid of Juggernaut. Rapidly. And there we go.
Juggernaut destroyed.
Just need to get the one and only health refill that's still left. Probably the only one we will have for the remainder of this level. But the hard part is done. Now it's just a regular level with a horrible, horrible layout. Where it's going to be really hard to get anywhere. If we were doing this as Talon, it would be entirely possible to kill the Juggernauts. But then you would have a huge mess of enemies everywhere. And it would not realistically be possible to kill the rest of them. So I definitely do not think you should bring Talon here. Hey, Kamikaze blew itself up. One enemy left. And here it comes. There it goes. That level is so hard. It is an aberration and should not have been counted. Brutal. It also causes tremendous numbers of glitches, and we didn't get to see enough of them, unfortunately, because I beat it too quickly. I have had instances where I spawned inside of Juggernaut. My Juggernaut was, like, bisecting the enemy Juggernaut, and we just were attached to one another for a while. I'm actually going to go back in there and show off one thing that I'm going to try and do. Because it's very silly. And embarrassing. But, I was actually going to record some of these glitches and stitch them together. But I was worried and no one would watch it anyway. Maybe I will do that eventually. Look for new glitches and record the ones that I have seen before. Because this game is very prone to very, very severe glitches. But one that I think I can manufacture. You go into this overpass. You get the health refill. Then, that's all you need, so you swerve off and you drive yourself over the edge. Eventually. Right now I'm stuck. So that happens. I teleport downwards. I flip over the enemy Juggernaut. My head explodes. And the level ends. That is not precisely what I expected to happen, but that shows off what I needed to show off. There's a failsafe in this game where if you're stuck forever, the game just teleports you to a supposedly safe location. Sometimes it is not as safe as they intended. We'll probably see plenty more weirdness like that. That booted me all the way back to the main menu. Fair enough. We left off here. Oh god, the LA Skyline. Forgot about this one. Juggernaut, Talon, Juggernaut. Actually, we have a new gun. The laser pistol. For beating, twisted difficulty. I've never used it before. I am certain it is utterly useless. There it is. We'll take a look. I had a run where I... Oh, Flipso turn.
Of Los Angeles, high above the city of angels. It's the perfect place for us demons to play, don't you agree? Kill the set limit of enemies to advance to the next event. But be wary, Miss Sparks. It's a long drop from here to the ground. I'd hate to see anything happen to that beautiful face of yours. And always remember, I'll be watching. I'm always watching.
Okay. I had a run where I went over that edge on the Gulch level, and I landed on top of my vehicle. I landed upside down, which eventually allows you to roll over. And then I teleported. I got stuck while rolling over. I went through the ground. And I teleported to the gas station all the way across the level. That was the funnier version of what we just saw. But anytime you go over that cliff thing in the Gulch, you're gonna have a bad time. This level, they changed it so that this central platform does not rotate. It's supposed to rotate.
Special weapon is
I don't know why they changed that. It's honestly to our benefit that they changed it, so thank you. But it's only here in campaign mode where that doesn't happen. We might die here, but Reaper might die first. Because we literally don't have to do anything to make Reaper die. Yeah, we got pretty low armor opponents that are kind of beat up. It could be fine. Warthog we kind of want to ignore, but he's not ignoring me. So I guess we'll kill him. The strategic approach to this level is ignore high armor enemies. Go for the weak ones. Because we just need to get a certain number of kills, which I consider to be a good, like, style of gameplay in this game. But we don't really have control over anything because we are Juggernaut in a level that is not designed around driving through straightaways or anything. Oh, there's my laser pistol. I haven't even been paying attention to what it does. It doesn't do much. None of the guns in this game are very good. Another one down. But my only remaining vehicle is, unfortunately, Talon. Well, okay, they don't set me inside the garage, thankfully. So I don't have to surgically navigate my way out of there. What I do need is weapons now. I've not been using weapons this whole run. Just been ramming everything to death and firing my special at it. I feel like that Stalker missile on top of the palm tree is a Talon exclusive pickup. Let's look at this. This is one of the few jokes in the game. Double life insurance. Be insane. Hilarious. Up. Going into the abyss. I went into the abyss. Damn, I changed. So I guess while we're muscling our way through this relatively uneventful level, oh, we can charge up the laser pistol for a maximum of 10 damage. Wow. Like 13 or something. There it is. It's charging up now. It's super hard to land. Useless weapon. Running my Juggernaut's good enough now. It's like the best one.
special weapon back online.
While we are wasting time for this long, boring level, let's talk about the alternate endings. Dollface actually has 3 alternate endings. There's an alternate to the one that's in the game. And then there are 2 additional alternate endings that were intended for higher difficulties. So we'll talk about the one that's the alternate to the one that's actually in the game later, after we see the one that's in the game. And for now, we'll talk about the other endings for the higher difficulties. For hard mode, it was intended that Krista would get to the end. Oh, I really don't want to lose this run. I lost the run. Ah, well. Too many enemies. The hard mode ending. Dollface goes to Calypso. She has to have her mask removed, of course. Calypso obliges, and the mask falls to reveal Krista is a robot. There we go, your Twisted Metal 2 tie-in right there. She's a robot. Calypso says, of course. And then he says, oh, it's my old arch nemesis, Preacher, who did this all along. And then it turns into Preacher's ending. Krista Sparks explodes, blows up the office, and it cuts to the Preacher in a faraway building, controlling the whole thing. But then, it is revealed that Calypso survived the explosion, completely unharmed, as did all of his sexy lady minions. So, Calypso has them collect the Preacher, bring him in for a face-to-face confrontation. And, of course, the Preacher accuses Calypso being Satan, as he often does. I should really do all my combat over here. That central platform is terrible for me. So I'm about to die. So, the 2 arch nemeses, they yell at each other for a long time. And eventually, Calypso literally transforms into a demon. And the office transforms into like a pillar in the depths of hell. At this point, Calypso begins to tell the Preacher, maybe you figured me out, or maybe you're just a crazy asshole. And then the entire world shifts back to normal. The office that had been exploded is revealed to have never been exploded in the first place. And the further implication is the Preacher might be insane, or Calypso is manipulating his mind to make him think this. Regardless of what's real, Calypso has the Preacher institutionalized and gives the doctor who's seeing to him as much resources and permission as he needs to perform all sorts of torturous, lobotomizing experiments on the Preacher. It's very Marcus Kane and Twisted Metal 2. All that what even is real nonsense. The best part of that ending, though, is after the Preacher is institutionalized, it zooms out to reveal that where he has been institutionalized is Blackfield Asylum, designed to look exactly like it looked in Twisted Metal Black. So it's a tie-in to Twisted Metal Black. It's like, it makes Twisted Metal 2012 a prequel to Twisted Metal Black somehow. Wrap your head around that.
The rooftops have lost.
I dare ya. So that's that ending. the, like, twisted difficulty ending is super generic. It's just that, Dollface has her mask removed to reveal that the scar has been healed, as she was promised. However, the mask was so tight that it, like, changed the bone structure of her face and deformed her into what David Jaffe describes as being like the Elephant Man. So now, she has a mutated, fucked up face with no scar on it. And this, of course, drives her insane, and she becomes a serial killer. And she hunts other models and murders them. That is the extent to which it is her ending. And this is all a lead-in to the reveal of Charlie Kane, who will be the next driver for Twisted Metal 2012-2, which obviously never happened. But yeah, that boring generic ending is just a lead-in to the sequel that was planned. And obviously it is discontinuity with the in-universe explanation of Charlie Kane being a devoted acolyte of Sweet Tooth. Because in this version of the story, Charlie's entering the contest because he wants revenge. Specifically, revenge against his father. Because he does not know that his father is already dead from his previous competing in Twisted Metal. And I just realized what that was probably going to lead to would be Charlie Kane at the end of the game wishing to confront his father and getting the opportunity to do that inside his sister's grave, where Sweet Tooth is, because he made the same mistake, and then, like, the whole family being buried alive in that same fucking grave. And that's a really funny thought. I hope that's what they were planning. Now I'm depressed that we'll never get the sequel to this game. Ah, well. So those are Krista's / Preacher's / Charlie Kane's endings. They had so little to do with Dollface that they basically made all of her endings really about different characters.
Special available.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Well, that's a sniper rifle headshot. And I couldn't quite tell. It sounded like maybe it played a voice clip of a man dying when Krista got shot in the head. As I would assume a technical mishap. One of the many featured in this video game.
The rooftops of love.
I'm surprised we're doing so much worse on this level than we did on the much harder level. Although I did mean to practice this level more, and instead I spent all the time that I was going to spend practicing this level, practicing the Gulch level, which I assure you is very, very, very difficult, even as easy as I made it look. God, I keep forgetting that I have this useless laser pistol. There goes Reaper. If Reaper touches you at all, he literally dies instantly, which is hilarious. It would be very funny if they took the ideas that were planned for this game and put them in the planned revival coming out next year. Seems unlikely because it is going to be a tie-in to the TV series. So I assume they need to make it as similar to the TV series as possible. But we shall see. We can make no definitive statements at this time. Shadow is one we kind of want to ignore, if at all possible. May not be possible, and enemies are all over my case, and Shadow just died spontaneously, so that works out for me. No kill destroyed. Crimson Fury, dropping like flies. Axel and I think Kamikaze. And now we need a new Juggernaut. The garage is in such a pain in the ass spot. I assume for precisely this reason. They don't want you cheesing everything with Juggernaut. But then they made it impossible not to do that, so we're doing it anyway. Sort of stuck on the helipad. There's another free kill, Reaper. Come here, Reaper. Thank you. I think we're finally done here. Winner! Middle cutscene time. All of the acting in this game is super questionable. Calypso is trying so hard, and yeah, as noted, the between level, or the actual mid-level commentator guy, trying so hard. Alright, here's a very, very long Dollface cutscene. Enjoy?
I had worked so hard. But then... and the doctor...
Miss Sparks, it's a tiny scar.
he wanted to stop me too. But no one stops me. Because when you believe in your dream, there's always a way. All of us models had heard of him, able to turn even the ugliest girl into a star. He had lost some of his vision, along with his right to practice. But when he offered to help, what choice did I have? "6 days in the mask," he said. 6 days. The doctor promised I would be beautiful again. But when I went back to see him, the doctor was gone.
I'm sorry, I have no listing for a Dr. Ospelic, is it? At that address or any other?
No. I know he was here. And now the mask, it won't come off. I can be pretty again. I can be pretty. Please make me pretty. The mask won't come off. No matter what I try. Get me out. Help. Calypso. You have to help me.
Yeah, something super obvious that everyone knows, but I never realized and didn't point out in the Let's Play a couple years ago. Ospelek is Calypso backwards. So yeah, obviously the doctor was Calypso. I don't know why he set all this up. It's super weird. It makes absolutely no sense that it would be Calypso, but it is. Whatever. And we actually talked about why Dollface is named Krista Sparks earlier. There was an alternate ending where she turns out to be a robot and explodes and tries to kill Calypso that way. But that ending was cut from the game, and now it's just a nonsense reference that she's Krista Sparks. Speaking of Calypso, let's hear him blather some more. I hate this laser pistol, but let's keep it for now. I'm going to switch to a real gun later. After this incredibly long loading scene, and then this relatively easy level.
Welcome to the bright lights of Metro Square, Miss Sparks. You've always wanted to be a star. Well, now's your chance to shine. But do be careful. Because for this event, I've told all other drivers to only target you. All at the same time. You wanted the spotlight? You wanted attention, Dollface? Well, now you've got it. Enjoy.
Are you getting me there, Calypso? That's every Twisted Metal game ever, where all the enemies target only you. But no, it's a big late game twist now. Shocking. And it doesn't matter anyway, because we are a ridiculously deadly vehicle that is stuck halfway into a subway. Will the game teleport me to safety? Yes. Thank you, video game. Much appreciated. There are a lot of enemies here. There goes another one. Forgot something important. Music that we won't be able to hear, because the game is too loud. Should be heading towards the garage at this point. Because I have plenty of health for now, but not gonna last long. Didn't last long enough at all. I assume someone got me with like a point-blank shotgun or something. Because I did have a decent amount of HP when I died. Someone hit me with something big. This is our big Christmas level, which every Twisted Metal game has.
Welcome to the bright.
Except for Twisted Metal Black, of course. The game that's too dark for Christmas. And you kamikaze, and you're swerving at the last second. I thought you were a kamikaze. You're supposed to be suicide bombing me. We've got no free kills this time. There's the garage. I don't want to use it just yet. So I haven't killed anybody. Let's get some health refills. The old-fashioned way. There's Kamikaze. That's what you like to see. Santa, get back here. Last week we killed Santa in Twisted Metal 2, the PC version. Now we're killing Santa in Times Square in 2012. How far we've come. Pretty sure there's a health pickup around here somewhere. I can't get through there. Damn, Laughing Ghost. Laughing Ghost is ridiculous. I don't know why that is a thing in this game. I mean, it's because they didn't put Spectre in the game. So they had to have a pain-in-the-ass move on one of the characters. But of course they gave it to Sweet Tooth. Already one of the strongest vehicles in the game. And then they gave Sweet Tooth infinite flight abilities to make it the most pain-in-the-ass character in the game.
Welcome to the bride.
Yeah, I was actually flipping through the character list earlier, and it was the first time I really realized that Meatwagon and Shadow are basically the same vehicle. They even have very, very similar specials in this game, where they fire a living person strapped down in some way, and then they explode. But you see that frequently throughout this game, where they have two vehicles that are identical to one another. Just one is the better version of the other. And Meatwagon is clearly the worse version of Shadow, which is actually one of the better vehicles in the game. Can't believe I made it. I literally can't believe I made it. I have 0% health. What the hell? Well, come hard or don't come at all, as they say in Mad World. All that survival against all odds just to get shot in the head 2 seconds later. It's not even possible to fully charge a sniper rifle in that time period, meaning it was being charged while I was in the garage. I can't believe we hadn't seen any headshots in the last video, because we're making up for it now.
Welcome to the bride.
I've considered playing Zombies vs. Ambulance, which is like a super budget car combat title. It looks very bad, and Death Warrant is underneath my fucking trailer. Asshole. Nonsense. But yeah, of course, as always, I'm looking around for more car combat games. Zombie vs. Ambulance is technically one. That's as much as I can say about it. Get in there. Bam. F off Axel. F off Santa. There sure are a lot of Santas in Times Square today. We'll just keep driving down this straightaway until everyone dies. This is entertaining, at least. I'm enjoying this. Now, what we want to do is not what I'm doing right now. Yeah. I wanted to go for the health refill. I split the difference between that and the garage. I just drove straight into a wall. Smart. Yeah, Kamikaze is a worse version of Crimson Fury. They have nearly identical stats, except Kamikazes are worse. And weirdly enough, Warthog, the ultimate super unlockable in this game, where I have no chance of ever getting Warthog. I mean, I could do it, I'm actually pretty close to it, but it would be way too much of a pain in the ass. I'm not going to do it. Warthog, that is so difficult to unlock, is a worse version of Axel, a free starting character. So, yeah, that's great. Really need more HP. A lot of sniper rifles pointed at my head. And they rolled me over. Not a hell of a lot you can do about that. Yeah. Kinda got screwed. I think I need to drive straight for the garage and then just go up and down that straightaway for the rest of my life. Axel was a pre-order bonus, and then they made it free for everybody in a later update. If they hadn't done that, then yeah, Warthog would be your best bet. And yeah, my truck is not just chrome-plated, but gold-plated. You can't see it because the lighting is too bad. But it was the coolest looking that I could possibly make Juggernaut. Because they really just will not allow you to draw on the trailer itself. As much as that would make things way cooler. Once again, getting hammered from every direction. Once again, Death Warrant underneath my wheels, which for some reason does not affect Death Warrant, and then Headshot. Headshots are miserable, and there's nothing you can do about them, really. Except shield at the exact perfect moment. I do not consider this to be a very fun Twisted Metal game. I've had to play a lot of this game. It's weird because my opinion of Twisted Metal 1 improved dramatically the more I played it. Same with Twisted Metal 3. Other games in the series that I would consider quite poor. But you learn to understand their nuances and the ways in which they are secretly brilliant when you spend way too much time with them. Or you just get a case of Stockholm Syndrome. In this video game, you just get shot in the head over and over again. And you never really find much to enjoy, in my opinion. So, glad I could finally demonstrate that for everybody. I hope we're all enjoying it. This game is kind of fun. It's one of the worst Twisted Metals. It's so hard to screw up this formula. Even this game couldn't quite pull it off entirely. I do wish I had not committed to playing the entire game on Twisted difficulty. Or really playing the entire game again, ever. But I committed to it. Now here we are. And it's mostly because, like, playing this game with a gun to your head, as I effectively have right now, is a miserable experience. But when you're allowed to turn it off when you get too frustrated to continue, then you can actually have a little bit of fun. I've created a situation where I'm essentially never allowed to turn the game off. That is not an enviable situation. Got our usual 2 kills before switching to secondary Juggernaut. Juggernaut Mark II. Charge up our useless pistol. I wish there were like stats in this game that told you exactly which weapons did how much damage, like there are in like Vampire Survivors. So I want to see our pistol get credit for like 4 points of damage, while ramming did 800. Crimson Fury being a pain. There's supposed to be a health pickup there, but it has been collected. The other one is on top of a roof, so I can't really realistically get it in this car. That means it is time for our third vehicle. I can't believe they sniped me again. That wasn't a headshot, but the sniper rifle still does a lot of damage, even when it's not fully charged. Twisted Metal Black is my favorite in the series. Then, like, head on into our sort of tied-ish. Then I guess...
Welcome
I don't know. After that, it gets very muddy. Oh, did Reaper just survive getting touched? That shouldn't be. And again, Reaper was rubbing up against me there.
Special weapon back online.
There. We finally killed the weakest enemy. Get me out of here. And into there. I knew I was tempting fate when I called this a relatively easy level. Which it is, but that is relative to impossibly difficult things. Like the Gulch. That was a killer too. Couldn't even really keep track of it, but some sort of violence happened there. Gotta help myself to the health refill. Kill Outlaw. Backfire by special. Should hit a lot of enemies. And take a nice breather. People can't keep up with me. Crimson Fury's still alive. That's a miracle. Get down here, Death Warrant. We have business to attend to. Business of you being invincible for the entire time that I wish to fight you. There we go. Special weapon available. Health. 97 damage on Warthog. Still alive. 24 there. We'll try out Talon for a while. So Warthog has the most HP of any vehicle in the game except for Juggernaut. But it's by like 100 points, so Warthog is actually kind of weak. But it's just because Juggernaut is very, very ridiculously powerful. And all the vehicles in this game are relatively weak. Now I gotta do things with actual skill like a chump.
Mega guns.
And just drive back and forth forever. That's twisted difficulty for you, where you sometimes have to drive a helicopter indoors. A snipe junkyard dog who's stuck on a staircase.
Junkyard dog destroyed. 3 opponents.
Darkseid might be a problem. You have to hammer buttons for so fucking long to break a freeze. It's a nightmare. Axel should be in the goddamn subway, so I can't deal with him. Get out of there. Fine. Have fun in the subway. Ah, I went for a shield. Shadow's stuck on its side. Die, turtle.
Shadow destroyed. 1 enemy remains.
1 enemy remains. Oh, Axel got hit by the train.
Health awarded.
That's awesome. So, where's our last opponent? Behind me. Sneaking up on me. I could scoop her up, take her up into the sky. That's actually Sweet Tooth driving, so not a her. But I still feel like Darkseid the vehicle is a her for some reason. We got plenty of mega guns here. Darkseid's being a real pain. There we go. Alright. Die already. You have 1 HP left. Come on. We are done.
Driver.
5.5 excruciating minutes. Yep, Moorhawk was supposed to be playable. Most of the bosses in the series were meant to be playable. And many of them ended up actually being playable. Oh, hey! Race time. Everyone's favorite. This is one where it is impossible not to get a gold medal. I'm going to take Crimson Fury, who I've turned to gold, using the Midas Touch, and hope for the best. Enough with the laser pistol, it's terrible. It looks cool. Check that out. I hate it. Gold Fury indeed. Mustard Fury, we finally got it.
You are very close to your goal, Miss Sparks. Diesel City holds your next challenge. A race against your fellow contestants. Hit each checkpoint in order to get closer to the finish line. But the final checkpoint is moving. To keep it interesting, every vehicle, including yours, has an armed bomb hidden inside of it. Hit the final explosive checkpoint to set off the bombs on your enemies and destroy them all. Win this race, Dollface, and only one fight remains. Only one more obstacle to keep you from the fame you so covet.
3, 2, 1.
So my strategy with this race is just immediately get so far ahead of all the enemies that you never have to see them again,
Checkpoint bonus.
and then casually hit all the checkpoints. Which is something Crimson Fury can do.
Checkpoint.
If
Bonus. Turbo
you don't
recharge.
fuck anything up or early on.
Checkpoint.
Big if because of that.
Checkpoint.
I hate that turn so much. And there's another one right here. right on my case. So I pretty much failed at my strategy. I'm not dead yet. This race is a nightmare. But Crimson Fury handles it. Not handles it well, but it gets done when you are Crimson Fury. Eventually. Sometimes you'll get bad luck, and the enemies will keep up with you. No problem, even though you are objectively much faster than them. Hasn't been the case so far, but you never know. This jump, you gotta be careful, because shit like that'll happen. I fucking hate that jump. Now I'm stuck on a wall. We absolutely have to be in first place at the end of this.
Checkpoint.
If we get a clean shot, we can use a freeze
Checkpoint.
to knock this guy out of first.
Checkpoint bonus. Energy recharge. Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Checkpoint bonus.
We're also just, like, close to where he is. Yeah, we beat him. I overtook his ass.
Checkpoint.
And I believe... Oh, God, I'm fucked. So fucked.
Checkpoint.
Okay. For some reason, second place is not Kamikaze, which is the only vehicle that can reasonably keep up with Crimson Fury. I don't know how that happened, but it's good for us. I think we got this. I think we might just have this. Get in there. Get in there.
Vehicle health restored.
Hey, I beat it in one.
Congratulations. You have won the race.
So that one can definitely be miserable. However, if you do the strategy and it works, and the enemies don't freeze you right off the starting gate, you can win relatively consistently. Get that horrible thing over with. It's a bad level, but all the races are. Really got lucky. Kamikaze should have been right on my tail that whole race. I don't know what happened to Kamikaze. But because second place was Roadboat, and I think Roadkill was close as well, we were able to squeeze that one out. Now for the only level that I didn't get gold on. Sweet Tooth's Carnival of College. We're going to college. We're going to learn why we never should have played this game in the first place. With our newly unlocked Shadow, I put a Grim Reaper on it to signify, as a little memento mori, how much suffering we are about to endure. Let's roll. License plate Coroner. We are going to be the executioner, more so than the coroner, though. In like 15 minutes, if we're lucky.
To his followers, Sweet Tooth was a king. He was a god, and they'll never stop worshipping him. The day he died, they began to build this in his honor. They say one day the clown will return, stronger and madder than before. For now, they roll across the land, searching for a sign of their lord's resurrection. Pity you, Krista. Sent to destroy the one symbol of hope these freaks still have.
No subtitles and cutscenes during boss fights, so good luck understanding anything that's being said. We can one-cycle this part of the fight if the vehicles work in our favor. They did not, of course. The random Sweet Tooths, it's really up to them whether you get the one cycle or not. But it's a matter of getting a critical with your special, and then getting yourself pressed right up against the enemy head and then ramming it repeatedly. You have to let go of the gas and then crash into it.
Where the hell are we? This is such a freak show. Hey boss, you think that clown's gonna help us bring this place down?
No clue, but I can smell the crazy.
All hail Needles came. So, if you start this phase of the level, you can have it go a lot better than this. I practice this level a lot because it's very hard. And in practice, I discovered when you go to this level, this part of the level specifically, you can skip the cutscene where the clown launches out of this cannon. That will cause the clown with the bomb to be out on the battlefield. Like, the cutscene is not like an in-engine thing. It's not really a cutscene, it's just the game launching one of those clowns. But if you let the entire cutscene play out, the clown that you need despawns, thereby wasting a bunch of time. So speedrun strats, wait for that cutscene to start so that the clown comes out of the cannon, then skip it. And you'll be in a better position at the beginning of this horrible phase that I hate, because I hate everything about this boss fight. Did my bomb guy die yet? I would assume so. Yeah, he's dead. So we'll hit this again. There we go. I hate this slowdown effect because it slows everything down and makes you miss sometimes. I did everything right there. I didn't have quite enough speed though. So now I have to do it all again. I've accidentally routed a speedrun for this fucking game that will never, ever get a full speedrun, I hope. Because that would just be horrible, and like, half of it would be loading screens. This button is one of the only things in the level that doesn't bounce you backwards. But after you hit it, you need to go backwards, so it's the one thing that I wish would bounce us backwards. These ramps are constantly spinning. Here we go. I think we got this. 1 bomb out of 3. Chainsaw guys will hop onto your car. When you have a chainsaw guy, you cannot get the bomb guy. So you gotta bounce him off. It seems like the momentum you get from bouncing off of a bumper is completely random. Sometimes it'll send you, like, flying almost out of the level. Other times, it will barely move you at all. But this is really just a little time waster minigame thing. Needlessly annoying and tedious and poorly explained. Not actually very difficult, though. I need to max out my health, though, because the next part is very hard. So you see these flippers here. I once bounced off of the clown after hitting it with a bomb, and I bounced off of the clown with such violence that it flung me straight downward through the collision of the flipper. So I got stuck inside the flipper, and I could never escape. And I died. Now, for the absolute worst part of this whole thing. Just bracing myself, hydrating, for the screaming that I'm going to have to do in sheer frustration in a moment here. Let's get it over with. You need to keep a pretty good speed here. If you go too slow and you get touched by anything, it will hit you many, 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 many times very quickly. Whereas if you're going fast, you might have the momentum to knock yourself out of getting hit too many times. Yeah, I've had it go worse than that. This is acceptable, surprisingly. By the way, if we die here, we go back to the first phase, because we are on Twisted difficulty, and boss fights are identical between difficulties, except you start from scratch if you die. This part is the worst. These big, swinging wrecking balls can be one-hit kills. And even when they aren't, they will fling you all over the place. So I had a run where the first of these wrecking balls hit me and then bounced me into another wrecking ball, which bounced me to the very top of the obstacle course, and I immediately just ended it. I went to the final obstacle and won in like 30 seconds. So more speedrun strats, but that is not reliably repeatable. I could have had a world record run though, simply by getting ridiculously lucky. Right now, we're in a horrible spot. I'm gonna wait for this thing to pass. This part of the track, fortunately, is curved, which gives you just enough space between each wrecking ball to park and brace yourself for the next moment where you are able to pass by. And hopefully the giant Twisted Metal 2 Dark Tooth Ricochet bombs don't fuck you up in the meantime. Because they can, randomly, it's all random. We made it through. That is a terrible part. I hate it so much. This part's super easy. It's still annoying. This is where the fact that we chose Shadow to do this really comes to bite us. Shadow's not a good vehicle for maneuverability, and it's abnormally large, making it more difficult to dodge these obstacles than it could otherwise be. By the way, our shield is useless for all these obstacles. I believe it shields us from the ricochet bombs, but not the traps themselves. Only one set of traps left. Unfortunately, it's the hardest set. It is all these fans. So many fans with many, many bombs. Ugh. Fucking bombs. I hate them. Oh, what the hell was I even supposed to do about that? That thing came out of absolute nowhere. There's still so many more fans left. Any one of them could kill me instantly. Ugh. Wake up, Shadow. God damn it. I've never had luck this bad with the bombs. This is the worst I've ever seen it. So it's surprising I'm not dead yet. Look at how many bombs there are. This is too many bombs. Couldn't have done that much worse. We're running low on bombs. And one fan remains.
Death is imminent. You need help.
Hey, I made it. Now just Sweet Tooth Goatsy, which is not all that hard, but obviously. 1, 2, 3, in.
You've come so far, Krista. You fought so hard. Now all that stands between you and the attention you so rightfully deserve is this metal beast. They think they're safe, tucked away inside their god. But they don't realize that their own weapons will be their death. They don't realize that you, dear Krista, are even madder than they are. Good luck, Dollface. Bring down the beast and win your dream.
Lipso is still talking for some reason. Completely inaudible underneath all the smashing and crashing. We, of course, need mega guns, because that is the only weapon in this game worth a damn. Hey, that free shot didn't completely ruin my day. That's a surprise. One mega gun. There's another. That's not a mega gun at all. We got mid-tempo bongos for the final boss. How appropriate. Lucky us.
Mega guns.
Now we need to kill the Sweet Tooths. What are you doing down there? For some reason, this guy decided to do a ground slam. I'm not on the ground. Bad choice. You don't want them to team up. You can get into trouble pretty quickly that way. The Sweet Tooths do have reduced HP, it seems. It's kind of hard to tell because the enemy HP is so low to begin with. This should do it. Totally fucking didn't, because the thing moved at the very last second. Story of my life. This is honestly to be expected. We're just gonna have to do, like, 5 Sweet Tooths instead of the usual 4. Or maybe it's 5 by default, and we're gonna have to do 6 now. It's gonna be tedious. There's a reason the time limit for a gold medal on this fight is 14.5 minutes. So even though my time is ridiculously terrible, I could still gold it. The enemy Sweet Tooths can knock the Sweet Tooth bombs that you have out of your grasp. So this is going abnormally frustratingly. Ooh, there's a Sweet Tooth that's ready to die. Please die. It exploded! What the hell? This is nonsense. Hate this whole boss fight so much. This is the coolest and most fun phase of the boss fight, though. This is saying very little, because this is not very fun, but it is very cool. I'll grant it that. We need something to fight here. Okay. Have a bomb. I don't know why it hasn't allowed me to deposit the last 2 bombs. Also, this one is between 2 spots that I can't quite squeeze into, so miracle that I was able to grab it. Put your head down. Quit wiggling. Should land. There we go. I believe the Sweet Tooth Bomb does less damage if you don't drop it fast enough. But it still does like 2,500 damage, so. Let's see how much damage we can conceivably do. A single Sweet Tooth Bomb. Oh, it's doing the charge thing. God damn it. the bomb we had is still here. Let's try using it still. Put it down somehow. And I got frozen. Like I said, this is the most fun phase of the fight, and it could barely be less fun. Which also makes it one of the most fun parts of the entire game. The fact that it is 0% fun. This is not a fun game. Not by a very, very wide margin. Just really do not enjoy it. All my mega guns ran out, so that sucks. I'm experiencing a glitch right now where I cannot switch to my special. Fortunately, it is permanently active, so I can still grab bombs and hopefully deposit them where they need to go. Let's see. The bombs do have a little bit of homing. That one did exactly the same damage as the first one, so I guess they don't lose damage as they tick down. Or they do so very, very rapidly and hit a floor almost immediately. Super Mega Swarmer damage, which did not bring down the Sweet Tooth that I was targeting. There he is. I think he just Goomba stomped me. Where is he? There we go. It will take at least 2 more Sweet Tooth bombs. I think it will take 3, though. Are you kidding me? Grab the goddamn Sweet Tooth. Oh. Oh. Just, oh. I cannot describe to you how much I hate this game. Absolutely revile it. We're almost done. Get in there. The second Sweet Tooth bomb has already expired, so can't use that. I know my health is low. We got a health refill over here, at least. Which is good. These are very infrequently respawning. And you cannot trust the minimap, because the minimap will indicate health refill locations that are inside the previous level, but you cannot get to them. So you might be going for a health refill, but actually, it is inaccessible to you. It should not have been counted. I think I cut myself off earlier when I was saying that descending in the helicopter is very, very slow. You can ascend very quickly. Descending can be very excruciatingly slow. You. Excellent work, Lock-On. I definitely want to shoot the guy who is nowhere near anything that I'm looking at or physically in proximity to. Simply nailing it. It's like the AI can read my mind. This probably will not be the last Sweet Tooth bomb, but I hope it is. Look at that. Tiny sliver of HP left. Supposedly it is possible to actually use weapons to fight the boss. In my experience, that is not realistically the case. So I'm not even going to bother. What do we got? Okay, there's a good bomb. course, they shield every single time you start shooting at them. There's our target. And the victim. Just gotta miraculously land this thing. Did no damage. And then it killed him. Who knows?
Now we're gonna be supermodels. Krista? Oh, wait, no, Krista, no!
Only room for one at the top.
Yep. Managed to get a bronze medal there. And as with every ending, our hero has to kill their only friend. Because we need to get our prize. It will not take us directly into the next cutscene, because I've beaten this before. Miserable boss fight, though. There we go. We get to watch the ending of the game. This is, as I said earlier, roughly half an hour long. But there will be credits in the middle, so see ya for those. For now, enjoy very, very long cutscenes. And I'll probably blather over the crazy song again when that comes up.
The giant beast had been destroyed. Now it was time to see Calypso. But I was having second thoughts about my prize. If this mask comes off, even if it worked and I'm beautiful again, I'll just be back where I was, dealing with an endless swarm of whiny bitches with half my talent. Why climb the ladder of success when Calypso could just snap his fingers and take me straight to the top? I wanted out of this mask, but I only got one prize. And I'd rather be famous than free. Calypso, I want to be the world's most famous supermodel. Excuse me, Maya? No more struggle. No more competition. No more fighting whiny bitches over billboards. No more giving in to nasty photographers who just want to sleep with me. And no more selling my soul just to get time on some second-rate catwalk. No, never again. It's my turn to be number one. For my prize, you put me on the world's biggest runway. You make me the center of attention, and then, baby, you watch me shine.
Your wish is granted.
Oh my god, he did it. He actually did it. Is this New York? Paris? Milan? Wait, what the hell is this?
This is what you asked for, Miss Sparks. I certainly hope this runway is big enough for your dreams.
Calypso, you son of a bitch!
Why, Miss Sparks, you were right. You do shine.
I used to be so beautiful.
There it is. Licensed music, gotta talk over it. Hopefully it drowns it out. But yeah, that ending is It's cheesy on a level that you expect from Twisted Metal 3. A little more clever, but not much more clever.
Oh man, here we go again.
No, now listen, it's all true. Now there was this preacher, right? And he...
Now wait a minute. Where are the cops in all this? How about the military?
Well, now look, they have wishes too.
Where
And
are
everyone...
all the protesters? If it wasn't just crime getting bad, but if this twisted metal were actually real, there'd be protesters, right? If all this violence and death and destruction we're seeing, if it wasn't just crime getting worse, but if it was actually caused by Calypso, people would be taking up arms against this guy. They'd be pouring out into the streets trying to take Calypso out. But where is everyone? Where are all the people? Where are all the protesters? Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point. The protesters, they don't exist because the contest doesn't exist. Twisted Metal, it just ain't real.
There's the worst twist of the game. And here's Preacher's ending.
I know who you are. I know who you really are. I will stop you. I am on a mission from God, and I will not be stopped. The world must know. The world must be free of your illusions, of your madness. I know who you are. You are the beast. You are the beast.
I think I saw a PS2 copy of War of the Monsters on there. So, Calypso does have good taste. If this starts playing Dragula, I'm gonna have to skip it. Okay, it's not gonna play anything. Apparently, I'll have to go select the epilogues from out of the other cutscene menu that we have access to. Which I think is... where the hell is it? Movies. Dollface. Somehow the endings are locked. Because I haven't technically beaten the game. I only beat the game on Twisted difficulty. Look at this. Look at how well programmed Twisted Metal 2012 is. So here's my normal profile. I only played it up till the point where I unlocked Juggernaut. So, it doesn't count as having beaten the game if you only beat it on the highest difficulty. You need to beat the game on normal to have officially beaten the game. So we actually could play through Diesel City and the final race and then the final boss again. No, just the final race and then the final boss. The final boss would, once again, be like 20 minutes, so, no thank you. The epilogues, I'll go through them right now. They are. Epilogue 1 is Charlie Kane digs up his father's grave and grabs his mask and becomes the next Sweet Tooth. After setting his own head on fire, because I guess that makes sense. And then Epilogue 2 is Calypso goes to that exact same grave, digs it up again, brings out the corpse of Sophie Kane, and resurrects her as a murder clown. The only reason that epilogue exists is because in Sweet Tooth's original series of endings, they filmed some live-action murder clown stuff as, like, the anti-Sweet Tooth. She was Sweet Tooth's murder nemesis. And they got into a fight, and she killed Sweet Tooth. She was not ever meant to be Sophie Kane. So she was really sexed up because she was supposed to be an adult serial killer clown, which I guess is 3 things that Jaffe has a fetish for. Instead, they made her a 16-year-old murder victim who is severely traumatized. So, yeah, she should not have been so sexy. And she certainly should not have been Sophie Kane. That was a very fucked up choice. I always hated that. So, there we go. That's Twisted Metal. He literally cannot watch the epilogues. Love this game. Glad I got to show off some of the disastrous programming that keeps this barely working lattice of a game together. As I've said before, this game literally burned the Blu-ray drive out of my PS3. I had to buy a new copy, gifted to me by Ridley Diddley. Tremendous thanks for allowing me to play this game. Oh. Gotta save it. Here we go. Music. Brutal. So, the alternate ending, as planned, was you get Dollface. She gets her wish. She has the mask removed. Turns out the scar is also removed. Her face is absolutely flawless now. Same as it ever was. She's still unhappy. Sweet Tooth sort of gets in her head and makes her think she's still hideous. So she wishes to have her mask put back on, of course. Nothing of value actually changes. And then she is so distraught by being ugly now that she walks into traffic and kills herself. Every female character in this game was initially scripted to kill themselves in the ending of the game, which is delightful and very dignified. Look at this. Dollface has never looked better. But the real reason that ending was changed, for one thing, they M-rated it up. They made it so that she gets ground up in a jet engine. Actually, she gets run over by the wheels if you pay close attention, but it's more violent in the M-rated version. But after the ending, the preacher shows up in a flash of lightning, and they confront each other as supernatural, superpowered beings. Basically, the darkness and the light in the world. And Calypso says, he's very cynical. He says, you see these freaks? Obviously, things are going to go horrible for them. They're horrible people. This whole world is nothing but horrible people. And then he says, perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps things could have been different. If only you were to play this video game again in its entirety, you could see what other outcomes there might be. Wink. It was all a big allusion to the fact that the game was supposed to have multiple endings, depending on which difficulty you beat it on. So, that's why they scrapped that entire ending and shot a new one. Because the game, as in its completed state, did not have alternate endings. Well. Some of the alternate endings would have been better. In fact, I feel like a lot of the stuff that was cut was better and made more sense and was more interesting and satisfying than the stuff that actually made it in the game. That's just stuff to consider on your own time. I've given you all the pieces. Put it together now as you see fit. We are currently missing 1 gold medal, then 2 more, and then 3 more. 6 gold medals away from unlocking Warthog, a terrible vehicle that I also hate. In this game, that I hate. Really cannot tell you how much I hate this game. 0% fun. But I understand how close it came to being good. There are a lot of really, really impressive pieces just assembled very poorly throughout this game. It's a damn shame. But we are done with it for now. Not even going to do any bonus content this week. This game took too much out of me. I am drained. And I'm starting to get sick. I might have a bit of a love-hate thing with this game. I distinctly hate it. I was so angry practicing it for the last 2 days. But now that it's over, I can see myself picking it back up. Maybe even grinding out Warthog. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the entire world. Definitely wouldn't be the best thing either, but you know. Love-hate. Twisted Metal 2012. That's it for now. Next week will be Halloween Day, and we will have a special Halloween Twisted Monday. Looking forward to that. Hope to catch you for it. For now, though, I got a brand new follower. Thank you, The Math. Good to have you. And I am Feedly, and I thank you for watching Twisted Monday.